Hello everybody, today I'll be giving my presentation on Cicero, one of the greatest orators of all time, and especially during the Roman Republic. So you may be wondering, who is Cicero? Well, Cicero was a senator and a statesman during the Roman Republic, and he was also most notably known to be an orator. So what is oratory, first of all? You may be wondering. Oratory is basically the art of public speaking, being able to speak to a crowd, give a speech, and be able to gain their attention and control. So, what was his life like? You may be wondering too. So, during the later years of his life, he was kind of involved with the reign of Caesar, the Ides of March, the death of Caesar, and the beginning to the end of the Roman Republic at the hands of Mark Antony, basically. So what are some of his famous speeches? So these two right here, which are in line and I cannot pronounce, are basically the grounds for his belief of the law of nature. The law of nature is the supreme law that has been here for ever, basically. It's unchanging, everlasting, and it's a universal in all application. So yeah, and it's basically the very essence of practical human wisdom. Another one of his famous speeches is this one right here, again in line, so I cannot pronounce it correctly. This is actually a collection of 14 speeches that were against Mark Antony for basically destroying the Roman Republic, for inciting a civil war and breaking down the government. It's basically a plea for justice, peace, freedom, and liberty. So if Cicero was such a great orator, what was his prose like? So basically, prose is his style. So he was most notably known to have a lot of clarity and eloquence in his speech and his voice. If he wanted to really influence people, he had to have great command of his voice. So he used a lot of rhetorical devices and was just very good at speaking, basically. So who and what did he inspire with his speeches later on in life? Cicero, even during his time, was a very influential person, and later in life he was. His works and his words actually influenced the French Revolution, that's seen on the left, of the storming of the Bastille, and to the right, the Declaration of Independence and the American Revolution. A lot of his ideas of freedom and liberty and peace kind of helped jumpstart rebellion and sparking of a new nation. Another person he actually inspired was Winston Churchill, most notably in his style of speaking and his prose. So with all the rhetorical devices that he had and his way of speech and stuff like that, Winston Churchill implemented that into his speeches, and that worked out for him especially. So overall, who was Cicero? A great orator, basically it. He was super influential during his time, and even later on in life, he was super influential. He inspired a bunch of other orators and other people. So who he was great. He continues to inspire and guide people generations after generations, and his words have really helped. So yeah, thank you for watching.